PhD education, Al-Quds University, a bachelor degree of accounting, and then Master of Business Administration, MBA in Birzeit University, and then PhD in Business Management, Jena American University. Okay, he now head of Industrial Management Department, and he teach principle of management, research method, management information system, time management, marketing principle, industrial management, and human resource management. And he has many publications, yeah, referred journal from Scopus Indexed, and also he also have a lot of workshop attended, and his master thesis defense and also thesis dissertation is about organizational conflicts management strategies and etc. So without further delay, let's Dr. Sleimi, the time is yours.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to be with you today for giving a lecture about Introduction to Research Methodology for Muhammadiyah University students. First of all, I think that most of you are supposed to be graduated soon. So for this, actually, I hope from every one of you to give a little bit of concentration to this material, because in fact, there is a little bit of difference between theoretical methods of learning and the actual life after graduation. There is a gap between the theoretical learning and the practical skills you need when you go to a work environment. But for research methodology, there is something different. Give this course some specialty. This course, in fact, will give you a lot of gain regarding some knowledge, some experiences, and the skills that you will find it very interesting and very useful for you when you graduated and going to the real work life. For this course, one of the most interesting course, one of the most beneficial course for undergraduate students. You can use these skills even if you work as employee and or manager. You can use the skills also if you become a lecturer in a university. So all of these skills can be helpful for every one of you. So try to give more concentration for this course in general to gain all these useful benefits in the future. First of all, I would like to thank Muhammadiyah University and course teacher for this opportunity to be with you today. And let's get started. The title of this lecture is Introduction to Research Methodology. This lecture will be two parts. The first one is theoretical part, and after that we will go to practical and something that you can work to complete your research in the future. Topic will be discussed today. What is research? business research, applied and basic research, managers and research, type of business research, research process, research methods, ethics and business research, criteria of good research. First of all, when we try to find the meaning of the word research in general, it's the process of finding solution to program after through study and analyze of statistical factor. So there is a problem or something we're trying to find a solution for it, and the process must be analytical and systematic process to find the solution for this problem. Managers actually in organization, as you are students in business faculty, actually managers engage themselves in studying and analyzing issue, and hence are involved in some form of research activity as they make a decision at workplace. So when a problem arises in one organization, the manager is responsible for finding solution or to prevent such problem from happening in the future. So the main responsibility is regarding to manager or top management of business in the world. But where is the problem? It's not easy to tell anyone if there is any problem. We will find a solution. Why? Because some managers make good decision for these problems, but sometimes managers make poor decisions, and the problem in this case may well get more negative impact for the organization. So what's the difference between making a good decision or poor decision? This lies in how manager go about the decision-making process. There is a lot of steps needs to be taken. Does the manager do this or not? This can give us a good or a poor decision-making process. So, good decision-making process bring a yes answer for these following questions. Do manager identify where is exactly the problem lies? Where is the problem? If we put our hands on the problem itself, this would be the first good things manager can do. Do they correctly recognize the relevant factors in the situation needed investigation? So problems sometimes come from different aspects or different ways. So it's not sufficient for us to put our hands on some factors or one or two factors from, for example, 5 factors. So we have to recognize all factors regarding to this problem. Third point, do they know what type of information are to be gathered and how? So if we are trying to find this factors regarding to the problem, we have to know what type of information we supposed to search for and how to gather these information. So all these answers must be answered from managers in order to make a good decision for any problem that happens in the business. So to be successful manager, it's important to know how to go about making the right decision. How? By being knowledgeable about the various steps involved in finding a solution for problematic issues. So this is the way how can manager can be successful regarding decision-making process. But decision-making process is merely a process of choosing from among alternative solutions. So when we gather the information, we can put many different alternatives to solve the problem. So research helps generate viable alternatives for effective decision-making process and then choose the best alternative with most benefit consequences with the lowest negative consequences. So we can compare all alternatives for solving a problem and taking the best one regarding the most benefits from this decision, the lowest amount of negative, and we must be aware of business resource capacity. So we can choose a solution, for example, without ability to implement because there is a shortage of our resources. So all these factors are the main factors we can take in our consideration to choose the best alternative for research. So after this introduction, business research actually can be described or defined as the systematic and organized effort to investigate a specific problem encountered in the work setting that needs a solution. So this is the most known definition for business research. And in business environment, there is a lot of fields. We will give some examples for problems that may occur in different business departments. For example, problem in accounting, budget control system problem, inventory costing method, depreciation, time series behavior, transfer pricing, taxation method. All these are examples for problems may occur in accounting department. And I think all of you is familiar with this type of words as you learned accounting, management, marketing, etc. in your first year in business faculty. For problem in finance department, the operations of financial institution, for example, unfavorable financial ratio, for example, may some ratio be lower than the average of the industry. So this will be a problem in company financial department, leverage payout, yield of mortgage. So all of these are example again for problem may occur in finance department. Problem in management or for top management, employee attitude and behavior. May the attitude or behavior of employee not good, there is not a lot of loyalty for the firm. So this is an example of managerial problem in business environment. Human resource management problem. May some of employee try to leave early. So if the business every year finding a problem with some employee leave the organization, so we have to find for new ones to replace these employees. So it's an example also for management problem. Problem in marketing department, product image. May product image is low, or the advertising is not sufficient, or there is not interesting for the customers. Sale promotion may be less than other competitors. So again, this is an examples for marketing problems. And now, before knowing some examples for business problem that may need to do a research to solve it, let's talk about types of business research. There is many classification for business research type. First of all, we will talk about applied and pure research. Applied research is a research made to solve a current problem faced by the manager in the work setting. So, if there any problem arise in the workplace, and we try to find a research to solve this problem, this is an applied research. But if we would like to generate a body of knowledge about how to solve the problems that could be occurred in the organization, this is called basic research or fundamental research, and it's also known as pure research. What's the difference between these two types of research? Applied research is mainly aimed to solving a current problem that arise in the organization, but basic research is something broader, objective for gaining specific knowledge, for example, or understanding phenomena and the problems that occur in the various organizational settings. So, in basic research, there is nothing as immediate problem needed to be solved, but it's something broader, something unknown. We try to collect some information about this problem. Another classification number 2, quantitative research and qualitative research and mixed method. I will talk more in the next slide for these types. Classification 3, experimental research and non-experimental research. All these are the main classification for research methods. It's important for us to distinguish the qualitative and quantitative research. I'll give you an example to catch the idea more deep. If there is a survey and ask 500 respondents this question: did you buy ice cream today or not? 300 respondents answered by yes, so 60% bought ice cream. This is quantitative fact. So quantitative is something regarding numbers, percentage, etc. So we can give an ideas about fact regarding to numbers, and this way is a quantitative research. So research that dealt with numbers, surveys, usually is considered as quantitative research. But what about qualitative? If the same survey asks open-ended questions, why did you choose the brand of ice cream you bought? So there is no exact answer like the previous example. There is no yes or no question. So will you think about why did you choose the brand over other brands? So for example, may one person told us, I like the packaging colors. Other one, it was the first one I saw on the shelf. So this is an example of open questions, and the answers will vary in great distance from one answer to another. So this is a qualitative research because we can't turn the answers to numbers and get a percentage or ideas regarding to numbers. So open-ended questions usually would be the best way to find an answers for qualitative research. But differentiation between quantitative and qualitative approaches will not give us to prefer one of them over the other. Why? Because both quantitative and qualitative approaches use a variety of research techniques. Both approaches share core scientific principles. And if we asked ourselves why will we choose quantitative or qualitative research, it depends on the problem we have in our organization. So if the problem is general, something we don't know about, we will go to qualitative research. But if we try to find a relationship between variables to find specific solution about well-known problem, we can use quantitative research method. So the type of research, the type of problem, it pushes us to choose one of them. And lastly, the distinguish between experimental and non-experimental research. Experimental research is related to independent variables and dependent variables, cause and effect relationship. On the other hand, non-experimental research is related to some comparative studies, descriptive study to describe something we don't know a lot about, or historical studies which is try to find a historical, for example, development in one area of research or one field of study. So this is the main types of research and the main differences between them. So managers and research. Is it easy for manager to find a solution for problems, for everyday problems in his work? Managers actually must have the knowledge of research and have an advantage over those without. So for hiring a new manager, usually firm put high level of skills needed for potential persons that may take this position. But with all these skills, every increasing in complexity of modern organization, globalization, uncertainty in the real environment, firms today may have thousands of branches around the world. So this gives more difficult problem, and there is a lot of difficulties to find solution for some problems. So sometimes actually managers by themselves will not able to find a solution, and may they take an advice from specific consultant, or may use outsourcing to find better solution for the problems. So solving problems helps manager to identify problem situations before they get out of control. Minor problem again can be solved by the manager, but major problems would warrant to hiring of outside researcher or consultant. So there is a lot of firms around the world give a consultant services for solving some problems that will actually give a shortage, make it shorter for firms to find the solution, and may the solution would be better because there is more than one specialist tries to find a solution with a lot of experience related to the problem. So after that, if we are trying to find a solution for a problem, what is the process that may use? First of all, problem definition, approach formulation, thirdly, research design selection. After that, we can go to data collection. After that, we go to data processing and finally analyze and reporting the results. So what about research method that can we use? It's a systematic way to solve the research problem. All these methods or techniques that are used for performed research refer to methods the researchers use in performing research operation and methods used by the researcher. Another important topic is ethics and business research. Ethics actually is one of the most important things we have to care about while doing our research. Ethics in business research refer to a code of conduct of behavior while conducting research. Ethical actually conduct applies to the organization and members that sponsor the research and the researchers who undertake the research and the respondents who provide them with the necessary data. So if there is any sponsor give a money for researcher to do a research about a specific problem, this must not make any bias for the result of this research. So research usually must be reliable without any bias to give the truth without taking any consideration from parties around the research environment. Some example for unethical behavior, scientific misconduct or unacceptable and improper behavior. An example, changing the result in order to give best result regarding to the researcher or the company itself. So this is one of the main unethical behavior in research. Research fraud, for example, falsification of data, changing the data or making it with different result, failure to support validity and reliability of your research. So some researcher, if they find the research validity or reliability not supported, they may change the results, which is unacceptable in ethics in business research. And finally, plagiarism. Plagiarism is something we will talk about in the next part of this lecture. So we will talk about it later. But to be familiar with this word, plagiarism means using someone else's work without giving them proper credit. Academic writing, plagiarizing involves using words, ideas, or information source without citing it correctly to the author of this work. University actually, journals, and every scientific organization use or detect plagiarism using specialized softwares that automatically compare submissions to a database of other texts. So it's difficult now to make plagiarism. If we try to do this, we will find any plagiarism words in the articles or research, because there is a lot of special softwares that can do this, in fact, and we will talk about it later. Most popular software for plagiarism: Turnitin, Authenticate, Right-Check, Plagiarism Checker, Unicheck, and PlagiScan. These are the most popular software for plagiarism check that university actually use to detect plagiarism percentage for students and researchers. And finally, what is the criteria of good research? To have a good research, you have to be aware about these points. Purpose should be clearly defined. The purpose of your research must be clearly defined. Explain procedure clearly. The procedure you will follow must be clear. Results should be as objective as possible. A lot of objectivity give more better credit for your research. Appropriate statistical test. All of statistical tests must be appropriate in order to make the opportunity to generalize the result over your population or to be sure about the results of your study. Justify conclusions with data. Another important point is to justify your conclusion regarding to your data in the best way. A limitation of data, you have to put any limitation that you may face in your study. Good research must be systematic. So this means followed by steps in a specific order, and finally must be logical. So all these points are the main points we must take in our consideration in order to deliver a good research after we finish. And finally, this is the end of the main part of this lecture, and see you in 15 minutes for the second practical part. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sleimi. So could we have like Q&A session, or we have a break first and then we'll follow to Q&A? What time? Q&A session. Asking. So we don't have give the opportunity to participant for question. No? Okay. Okay, students and participants, if you have questions, you could okay, pass your question in the chat box, or you can also ask directly to Dr. Sleimi. So there is a question in the chat box, Dr. Sleimi, from Naufal Atta Haidarbahi. Yeah, excuse me, sir. My name is Naufal Atta Haidarbahi. I'd like to raise a question. What about the fact or data that fully comes from chart, graph, and picture? Are those quantitative or qualitative? Okay, maybe Dr. Sleimi could answer this question. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Okay, for the first question from Naufal Atta, actually, I didn't catch exactly your questions. For example, if you're talking about graph or chart, actually, where is the source for this graph? For example, we can get numerical data and analyze this data in order to find the graph. So this data would be quantitative, not qualitative. So graphs chart every such type of source is depended on numerical data. You can't make any chart without taking the source of data as numerical ones. So all these type are quantitative, not qualitative. The second question is from Difa. Thank you for your explanation and differentiation from your list. I have question: what type of research is right for a novice researcher or someone who wants to start their career
We have
as
another question, doctor.
researcher? Yeah, it
From
is pure.
Universitas Gajah Mada, yeah, from student from Universitas Gajah Mada, UGM. Yeah, it's very prestigious
Difa,
university,
yes.
yeah, in our town. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sleimi, for our explanation. I'm Diva, and from Indonesia, from Gajah Mada University, from Universitas Gajah Mada, and I have a question. What type of research is right for a novice researcher or someone who wants to start their career as a researcher? It is pure research, or can you do applied research directly? I have a dream to become a researcher. Thank you. Is that applied or theory? Yeah, like
Yeah,
American
okay.
Economic Review is very theoretical framework. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sleimi.
Yeah. Again, you must be more specific for the question, but actually, if you have a dream to become a researcher, you have to work to attain this dream. And I hope to see you a researcher in the future. But in fact, business actually studies, you can use pure research and applied research. Again, if you're trying to find a specific solution for a specific problem, this would be applied research. If you're trying to find something general, something you don't know a lot about, or a phenomena, for example, you would like to understand in a better way. So this would be a pure research. But actually in business field or business environment, actually the most percentage of research is applied research, because usually researchers do research for finding a solution or to investigating a specific aspect of business field. So mostly you will use applied research, and a little bit of researchers go to the pure research, even they would like to actually investigate something they don't know a lot about.
Okay, there's many questions here. It's okay, yeah, doctor, yeah? Okay, thank you for the insightful explanation, Rolf. Yeah. Amin, yeah, Rolf. I'm Ivan from Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, yeah, about the quantitative system with primary data. Is there a standard to determine how many samples should be taken for each population? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. And this question is actually more specific. So the answer would be more specific. Actually, for quantitative data, And in research methods, you will study a special part regarding to research population and research sampling. Each type of analysis has different way to find the sample. So it depends on which methodology you will use. But for example, if you choose a methodology regarding to, for example, making a survey and using Smart PLS or SPSS software. So in this case, there is different ways to find the sample number. For instance, there is tables give you the number of population and in the other side the needed sample number, or there is a formula you can use regarding to your population number. You will put all the component of the formula and the answer would be the exact or the minimum number of sample you must use to find or to generalize your results to the whole population. Very interesting question. I would like to thank you.
Okay, there's another question, Doctor. Okay, Dr. Sleimi, thank you for your excellent explanation. I'm Ahyar, a student from Konkan University. He is our alumni, yeah, Thailand, Konkan University, Thailand. I would like to ask, to what extent in research considered new research? Suppose we change the subject of our experiments. Will it be regarded will it be regarded as new research? To what extent is research considered plagiarized? Thank you very much.
Okay, again, a very interesting question. Actually, in fact, to find a research or to be a new research, you have different points you can follow. You can, for example, try to find some variables that other researcher didn't use before, or applying similar research in different population, different, for example, industry, different geographic area. So you can change also the methodology. You can repeat the research in another geographic area, another industry. All these points you can follow to make your research as a new research. And it's important point to put your something unique, not just to follow exactly a previous research in the same process for every single part of the research. For research plagiarism, we will talk a lot about this point in the next hour. So actually, if you have any problem or investigation after the following lecture, I will be happy to answer you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sleimi.
Thank you a lot.
Okay, a lot of question. Thank you very much for all contribution participants. So we have a break about 5 minutes. Is it 10 minutes?
5 to 10 minutes is okay.
5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes is okay. Yeah, and then we can continue to the session 2. And
Inshallah.
yeah,
Sure.
inshallah. Must enjoy it. Okay. Okay, see you everybody. Okay, everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So let's continue to the second session. Dr. Sleimi will deliver the research methods part 2. So to Dr. Sleimi, the time is yours.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Now, actually, I will talk about the second part, which is a practical one. Here we will discuss some points regarding to plagiarism check and how to cite author works in our research. Can you see my screen? Can you turn it? Just it. Okay. So please just inform me. Can you see my screen? It must be like a browser, Google Chrome.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So these are an examples for research or papers submitted to research plagiarism checker. You can find there is a different percentage, 12, 14, 14, and 30. So what about these percentages? How the system can check research, we will try to find soon. This software is Territin software, one of the most common software using by universities around the world. By checking to the percentage here, this will take us for another screen. By clicking for the 12 percentage, we have 12 percentage plagiarism text in this document. The main or the major percentage is an internet source, ijqr.net, which is 3%. The second source is Maria Clara Steele, is a publication which have 2%. So how can we work to reduce this percentage? For example, by looking to the document, we will find numbers. So this is and plagiarism from source number 6, a publication paper. This one is number 7. We can go find it's a student paper somewhere delivered or submitted to a university previously. By checking on this is submitted to Sheffield Hallam University. So we can know exactly from this software for each one of percentage, the source exactly, and we can go to this source if it a publication or internet source. So if we try to make the percentage around 9% by reducing all the 3% from this source, we will follow number 1. So all these paragraphs or sentences is regarding to number 1 source. So if we deleting all these pink highlighted words or changing them to different words for the whole document, again here the percentage will be disappear. This percentage, which is 3%. And after that, the source must be 9 or 10%. So university usually, in fact, give researchers a limit, which is around 20%. 20% is the common allowed percentage of plagiarism that we can find in our research or papers without any problem. Can you see this?
The screen here and in online is different, so still not moving in here. In the sheet screen share, maybe you should screen share with other modes like share screen. The screen is not shared yet. The same, not the same. So like, yeah.
So
Okay.
I have to make it okay.
Yeah. Okay. Stop or stopping. Yeah. Okay.
So sorry, you may miss something. This is the percentage is 12%. This percentage coming from different sources. We can find 16 sources. The most one is 3%. It's an internet source. The second one is publication. We can check, for example, here we find that Maria Clara Steen publication. We can go like this to find any other source actually. So now we find the percentage. We will try to decrease the percentage from 12, for example, to 9% if we delete the first source. The first source, we have to find the numbers regarding to the source on the left and the right column. So if we try to remove this 3%, we have to remove or changing all words regarding to number 1 in the whole document. So by doing this and check the file again, this will be deleted and the percentage will go down. So I will try to give you an example for another source. Let's try to find this sample, 30%. So this is another file with different percentage. So for this, there is a 5% from internet source, student paper 4%, internet source 4%. Again, we will find number 1, number 10, number 19. So we can reduce the percentage by removing the source with the same number for the whole document. For example, this is an abstract. Most of the abstract is copy-paste from the internet, so the percentage is high. So reducing or deleting this abstract and writing a new one from a researcher onwards will decrease the percentage. But in fact, why university and institution journals give a 20% allowed percentage? This is because if you published an article before, your name will be shown as plagiarism. For instance, there is a significant impact between, and this is the normal writing form for hypothesis. So a lot of research include there is a significant impact between, so this will be as a plagiarism in research. For example, research importance, conceptual model, sometimes the system shows them as a plagiarism. For instance, here, just a title, e-banking, because a lot of research on the internet and journals in e-banking, the system recognized e-banking, this word as plagiarism, which is logically not be important for us. For this, university actually give some acceptable percentage for plagiarism check. So this is an idea how the result of this work can be in a plagiarism file. University use this to submit students' work to this system. So for example, if I teaching you research method and by giving you an assignment, for example, everyone will submit an answer. Next semester, may I give the same assignment for another students or another group? If anyone take previous work of previous semester students and submit to me, this will give me the opportunity to find this assignment is exactly the same assignment that students in the previous semester already submitted. So this can help us as teachers or lecturer to find which students is try to steal or to cheat about the work. And for university, for master thesis, for example, PhD thesis or journals, to be sure about the work is a pure work from the researcher. So this software helped us to find this percentage. And for now, this is what I hope to be informed about regarding to plagiarism. And now we will move to something else. Is about how to make the citation for documents. Give me just 1 minute to prepare the material. So you can look, this is a paragraph from one of my research. It's good for all of you to know the exact procedures, how to make the citation in the documents. What's the difference between citing a book or a research journal or master or PhD thesis? But actually, in real life, no one make the citation by hands. There is softwares like Mendeley and EndNote make all these needed steps without getting any problem. So today we will take an idea how can we make the citation in such softwares. For instance, if we trying to make the citation for this source, we have to go to Google Scholar. I will share the screen with you. This is Google Scholar website. We can put the citation here, or we can copy paste the whole citation from citation list. It will be better to take the whole citation. Why? Because sometimes the researcher has 2 or more research in the same year. To be sure, what about the research we have to search about? For example, I can copy the name, the year, and the title of research. After that, I have to go to Google Scholar, paste the citation. So this is exactly the citation we looking for. Here, there is a small word cite. we have to click on it. Google Scholar will give us different citation format, ABA style, Chicago style, Harvard, etc. And we can go to web text. By clicking here, we find this format. We can select all and copy the citation. Again, to make it from the beginning, we put the citation, make search, go to site, after that web text, and copy the whole citation. What we have to do after that, we have to open a notepad or text document. Let me share with you. Open a new text document. Paste the reference in this document. After that, we have to close the document and just all the documents to Mendeley software. This is the Mendeley software. We have just to pull the document to this software. By pulling the text document to the software, this means the database or the formatting of this research is inside Mendeley data. So the last process is going back to the our document. So coming back to the document, we can go to Mendeley bar from reference here, insert citation. By clicking to enter citation, a new window is open. We can just, we can just name the name of the author. And we can find the whole citation for this work by clicking on it. This actually citation come to the document. You notice maybe a difference between the citation we added now and the previous one. The previous one say the name of the main author and it all, but the previous one we added now with 4 names. Why? Because ABA style give us that we must put all names of author for the first time, but the second time we can put just the main author and followed by it all for not to repeating the whole name in the whole document. So The first one in the document must be all names. The second time must be just the name of the corresponding author or the main author, the first author, followed by it all instead of repeating the main names. So by doing this for the whole references in the documents, we can go at the end and from the same tab references, we can go to insert bibliography. So the program will give us the all citation in the whole document. And the most interesting point, the formatting can be regarding to APA style or American Psychological Association 6th edition. If we would like to change it, for example, for IEEE, we just click and we can see the references now going from one format to another format. So IEEE giving the numbers for the formatting for the citation within the documents and give the number and the whole citation in the bibliography list. For example, if we are trying to use, for example, Chicago or Harvard citation method, the program will convert the reference type regarding to these formats. So this is an interesting software that we can use because when we finish the document, we will try to publish it in a journal, use APA style or IEEE. So if we try to make this converting by our hands, it will take days from us to be sure about it. But this software actually helps us to find better way to deal with citation in research. So usually good research may have more than 100 reference list. So it would be very difficult to make it by hands. And in fact, going back to the most common style is APA style. We will see the citation give us the whole names for the first reference by going back to Harvard, for example. Harvard is different way. So the name of main author followed by it all from the beginning. So this is one of the main differences between Harvard and APA style. APA style give the whole name for the first time, but Harvard didn't ever give the whole name of authors within the document citation. So, for instance, if we removing one citation for any reason, we will, for instance, remove the whole paragraph here. We can just going here and we can make updating or refresh the list. So we can see now the reference we also deleted from the main documents, deleted automatically from the list for bibliography. So this actually another positive use for this software because impossible for us to make this process correctly by ourselves. We will miss one citation in the document without being in the list, or the opposite. We will find something in the list without seeing it in the main document. So this software actually gives us a lot of benefits for working with citations. So I hope every one of you try to download this software. The name is Mendeley. You can see, you can add a lot of different references inside, and it's linked with your actually email. So if you delete the software or buy a new laptop, for example, when you just putting your email and your password, you will take the whole references you added to the software without losing any one of them. So actually, researchers, professional researchers use such softwares. There is another software like EndNote. All of these softwares almost the same, giving the same features for researchers. Actually, there is one point I would like to mention. You have just to download the software. There is a video on YouTube how to make a plugin for the program in Microsoft Office. So usually this window here, reference, you cannot show Mendeley shortcuts in it. Even you have to make something called a plugin. So make a link between Mendeley program and Microsoft Word. It's easy to make. There is a official YouTube video from Mendeley company to follow the procedures in order to make this shortcut and to be shown in your Microsoft Word bar. So now this is all about how to make the citation in your documents, and this actually will help you in making your graduation project or your research for any course within your bachelor journey during to your graduation. Hope it's clear for all of you, and hope to find you in the future using this way in order to make your citation and to be also have a knowledge about plagiarism and making your assignments project without any percentage of plagiarism or with acceptable level of percentage in order to get better marks and better grades in your courses. So that's all for today regarding to citation process and plagiarism knowledge. Thank you all for being with us today.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sleimi, for the material today about research method, yeah, and then how to tutorial of using Mendeley, yeah, installation, and then how to use Mendeley, about citation, reference, and how to avoid plagiarism. So maybe the student would love to pose a question directly, maybe a student from offline session. Mas Mojo, do you have any question to Dr. Sleimi, please? Do. Thank you. On mic, please. Also, thank you.
I just asked about what the difference if I use the Mendeley app or I use the footnote on the Microsoft Word. Yeah. Yes.
Actually, you will gain a lot of benefits. For instance, one of them, you can take the text actually in a format that are used more common in research methods. So you can, for example, take the web text format you can use in the future. You can, for instance, share them with your colleague, even they work in another program, for example, in Note. And you have to put every single point in by your own word, so in Microsoft Word footnote. So this will take a lot of time, and if you miss anything or put something in different window, so this would be not good for the result. So you will save time, you will be more accurate, you can share all of these benefits with other colleagues if you have, for example, teamwork. And in fact, you will get a lot of more accurate result if you're changing the citation style from ABA style, IEEE, because this is something professional and specialist in just making the citation, but actually word footnote, they cannot give you more than 30 to 40% from all features available in this software. Okay.
I already use Mendeley for my research, and I usually use Mendeley, but I'm so confused if my research I input the site from the Al-Quran and site from the statute undang-undang, but yes, in the plagiarism check, that detected of the plagiarism terdetected.
Oh yeah, and then detected by Trinity as a plagiarism. So
For
the
For
verse
the-
of the Quran,
Huh.
and for the low number, big low number.
Yeah. I see. So for this universities actually give us a 20% of percentage because it would be impossible for researchers to make good research without getting any percent of plagiarism. I give some examples. Research name would be Quran would be like a plagiarism. So you will not put, for instance, 20% of your research from Quran. You will take an example for one sentence, two sentences, 10 sentences. And I give you an example. If you put the whole abstract copied it from previous research, this will give you just around 3 to 4% with a small document. If the document is bigger, this percent would be may it will be like 1%. So it's doesn't matter for your result. You understand me? For this, actually, the main acceptable points, universities and journals, 20% most common percentage for all plagiarism percentage, and for single source must be less than 2 or 3%. So every single source must not exceed 2 or 3, and the whole percentage must be not exceed 20%. So if you're doing this, you will be safe for publication, for submitted papers, thesis for university. So it would be not difficult for any one of you.
Thank you, Dr. Sleimi. Any further question? Maybe Mas Ganjar or Mas? Oh, this is maybe you can introduce yourself, yeah. This Mas Wahyu, Mas Ganjar, Wahyu, Ganjar, and Mojo. Yeah. Wahyu and Ganjar is from UMY and Mojo from UAD. Yeah. So maybe Wahyu or Ganjar could pose the question to Dr. Sleimi. Okay, Wahyu. Yeah, first, again then Ganjar.
How to solve the citation on Mendeley, which is usually still wrong in citation format and also grading format. And also sometimes there are citations that don't appear on Mendeley. The journal is not maybe not listed yet.
For this question, actually, you can't be guarantee 100% you will find the whole references in Google Scholar to add it in Mendeley. So the good journal and good research, actually, you will find them easily. But may you find 1%, 2% is not on Google Scholar, for example, especially research in different language rather than English language. For example, Arabic research, you will not find in Mendeley. But actually, most of good research actually published worldwide in English language. So if you find one reference without getting it correctly in Google Scholar or couldn't find them at all, you can just use the normal way to make the reference by yourself and added them. For this, I told you, it's good for all students to understand the theoretical citation process from your book, but in real world, you can use software. But if you find such a problem, you will use your knowledge about practical citation process in order to add them to the to your file. Okay.
How about the grading format? The grading format. Sometimes Mendeley write at the big word, all the word is capital.
Actually, this occurs due problem in pip text format. So when you find this problem, return back again to Google Scholar. You may find 2 or 3 when remember when we click cite, sometimes we can see 3 or 4 citations. Be aware to choose the most correct one. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Doctor,
Waalaikumsalam.
for incredible explanation about the Mendeley. Actually, I've been using Mendeley for several years, Doctor, but I face some problem in Mendeley when when I insert the reference in Mendeley, Doctor. Some article or some paper do not put complete information on it. For example, in the paper, there are missing your publication, there are missing of, for example, the name of journal in the paper itself. So can you give us the tips and trick how to get the credible paper to, I mean, very very important paper and credible paper, so suitable with the Mendeley. Doctor, thank you.
Okay, again, this question is somehow related to your colleague questions. If we have such a problem, we have to work on our hands to do the citation. Why this happens? Because some journals actually or research putting the title for the research journals, author names in different orders in some places, like ResearchGate, Academia. There is a special website for making online copies from research. But if these sites put the components of citation in different order or missed some of the main points, for example, journal name or one of author names, this will be reflected in web text we will try to find in Google Scholar. So the problem, Google Scholar is a private, like a private company. So journals must pay some money to Google Scholar in order to be within Google Scholar database. Most of common or well-done journals already doing this, but some of journals doesn't do this. So for this, you can't find the correct formatting in Google Scholar. And instead of that, Google Scholar, for instance, find this paper in ResearchGate. So it will take the source from ResearchGate. But if the source in ResearchGate in not good way or order, this will be reflected in your citation when you're making the bibliography in your document. So this actually happens very little times, in fact, and working on 2 or 3 bibliography papers from, for example, 60 on your list, working by your hand for 2 or 3, it would be better than making the whole list in depending on your hands. So you can't imagine that these softwares would be good 100%. So you have to make something if you find any problem like this in your research.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
So I think no question in chat room.
Okay, Dr. Sleimi, do we will working on like assignment or no for today? There is no assignment for you to student to exercise what have you already delivered. Maybe can give
Actually,
like
no,
homework. No, no, it's okay. So maybe the participants or the student could practice Mendeley yeah, at home because Dr. Sleimi already teach you about this. So please, yeah, practice make perfect. So please practice, yeah, about these skills. So hopefully you can use Mendeley or citation sorry, yeah, application, yeah, or referencing tools. If I not mistaken to say it, referencing tools, yeah, Mendeley, another citation referencing tools like EndNote, yeah, and etc. So you could start to practice that kind of skill, referencing with using referencing tools. Okay. Thank you very much for your attention, the contribution. Thank you, Dr. Sleimi, for your fruitful materials. Hopefully, students could apply it, and we hope that we could see you around. Yeah, see you for the next time. Thank you very much. Let's end up station with hamdalah and doa kafaratul masjid. Subhanakallah.
Okay, and lastly, before leaving the meeting, it's my pleasure to be with you today. It was a great opportunity for me to be with you and to gain a little bit more knowledge. I will share with your doctor the materials you may need to download the software and the video. You can follow the instruction to get it plug in your Microsoft Word. And may I will give some practice materials. The doctor will give you online later this
Yeah,
week,
or
inshallah.
maybe you can straightforward to send it to the group. So you are not in the group, so you can upload the material.
Okay, sure,
Yeah, for sure.
inshallah.
Thank you, doctor. Yeah,
Inshallah.
we're waiting for your
Thank you
material.
all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Assalamu
Assalamualaikum
alaikum
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh. Salam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, student. Could we have a photo session for a while before you leave?
I would like to
Okay,
ask
I
about
will take a picture from here. It's okay, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you, Miss.
Bu, ini udah selesai. Jam berapa?
Dear student, Is that possible to stay first? Because I will give you the study contract for today. Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome again, student. Today we will have a study contract for ITYIELDS, like from 25 until 6th of August, yeah, 25 of July until 6th of August. Okay, I will share screen the class. Okay, wait a minute. And then after my station, we will have a data installation tutorial with Mr. Wahyu Triwibowo. Yeah. Okay, so just stay tuned in this Zoom meeting. Okay. First of all, let's see the schedule first. Yeah, our schedule. Okay, this is our schedule. Could you see my share screen, student? Yes, hopefully, yeah. So this course is Introduction to Microeconometrics and its application. ITL summer course 25 July until 5 of August, yeah, 5 of August 2022, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. So the day one or session zero, we have now Introduction to Research Method, and it's already finished, yeah. So Dr. Mohammed Sleimi already delivered material about the Introduction to Research Method. And then today also we have a study contract and data installation by Mr. Wahyu Triwibowo. And then the following day, 26th of July, on 15:30 to 17, we have econometric and economic data by Dia Wardani, by me, yeah, Dr. Dia Wardani. And then afterwards, we will have Stata introduction, yeah, on 17 until 18 p.m. Mr. Wahyu will accompany you. Mr. Wahyu will deliver the material of SATA in introduction, and also we will have exercise 1. Yeah, exercise 1, and then 28th of July. Yeah, so we don't have any class in 27, and jump to 28th of July. 15:30 to 17, we have OLS, and we have a guest lecturer, Dr. Sigit Wibowo, yeah, Dr. Sigit Wibowo. And then we have 28th of July also in the evening. So theory always followed by practices. Stata application, yeah, by Mas Wahyu Triwibowo, exercise 2. And then we will have a opening ceremony in 29th of July. Please attend this session because it's also compulsory for the student. And then 30th of July in the evening, we have quantile regression by Dr. Elsa Fontaineha with the host Dr. Romi Hartarto. Yeah, and then in the late of evening, we have Stata application with Mas Wahyu, yeah, and also exercise 3. Yeah. Okay, and then in the 1 of August in the evening, in the evening we have a IV. IV is instrumental variable. Yeah. The topic will deliver by delivered by Dr. Romi Hartarto. And then in the late of evening, we have Stata application exercise 4, Mas Wahyu. And then 2 of August, yeah, we have Probit or Logit. Dr. Romi Hartarto will deliver this material, yeah. And then in the evening, yeah, we have Stata application related to Probit and Logit, yeah, exercise 5. And then in the 3rd of August, we have propensity score matching by Pak Romi, yeah, and followed by, as usual, the practice, yeah, the practice is Stata application exercise 6 by Mr. Wahyu. And then 4th of August, we have DID, different indifferent, by Dr. Dia Wardani, me, myself, and also followed by Stata application for DID. Yeah. And then for the last day, 5th of August, we have panel data by Dr. Ahmad Akbar Susanto, and the host is Mr. Wahyu. And also at the late of evening, we have a case study. Yeah, we have a case study. Okay, and followed by exercise 8. Okay, student, please, yeah, be active in my class. Yeah, to study and then to open the material, to download, to open, and then to work on exercise, because we will have the best participants candidate or the best participant award, yeah, for this event or for this course. So please student, yeah, to be active, because we will have a best participant awards, yeah, and we will choose the candidate, yeah. Okay. Okay, this is our schedules. Let's move to my class, yeah. Okay, is there any question? Okay, so okay, this is the information from Brother Wahyu. If you want to install Stata application, yeah, you could click this link, G Drive, and then please follow the procedure, okay? And Mas Wahyu will also assist you to install, yeah, the application, yeah. Is there any question before I proceed to another explanation? Okay, I just make sure that there's no problem, and then okay, everybody is okay. Okay, then okay, I will share the screen, another screen. Okay, could you see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. Now we have another explanation related to my class. So in UMY, we use e-learning. The name is my class. Yeah, this is the e-learning. We will put the material for a whole session in ITYIELD from 25 July to 5th of August. Yeah, and into 2029, don't forget to attend the opening ceremony. Yeah. So this is the class. The name of the lecture or course, Introduction to Microeconometrics and Application, and this is the leader, course leader, Dr. Romi Bhakti Hartarto, yeah, accompanied by me, Diah Titis, and also Brother Wahyu, yeah, for the tutorial. Okay, and okay, this is the course description. So this course offers an accessible introduction to microeconometrics and its application in various issues of economics, such as labor economics, health economics, and banking. The course will be divided into two parts. Yeah, the first is theoretical foundation, and the second is Stata tutorial. And this course will be held offline and online. Okay. And this is our timetable. I already explained it to you. So let's move on other parts. The references. This is also important to our research. The references at Ani Kotova in Econometric Academy 2021. And you could also click this site. Yeah. To show about the reference. Okay, and then move to the assessment. So we have exercise 1 to exercise 5 and a whole exercise weighted 100%. So each exercise weighted 20%. Okay, and this is about the grade conversion. For excellent, you will get if you got like 80%, yeah, more than 80%, it will equivalent with 4, and the grade will be A. Yeah, and then others grade, yeah, AB, yeah, AB is very good, yeah. A is excellence, yeah, AB is very good, and AB ranged from 75 to 80, and this also equivalent to 3.5. yeah, GPA. Okay, and then grade B, okay, good, is ranged around 60, ranged from 65 to 74, equivalent with 3.0, yeah. BC, fairly good, ranged from 60 to 64, equivalent to 2.5, and C, pass, yeah, pass, ranged from 50 to 59, equivalent with 2, and D, almost pass, 35 to 49, equivalent with 1, and A is fail, yeah. Hopefully you won't, yeah, get this grade, yeah. Is less than 35, equivalent with 0. Thank you, Dr. See. Okay, and then we proceed to meeting 1. Yeah, meeting 1, econometric and economic data, yeah, will be held tomorrow. Yeah, and then you will. This is the material, you can download it. You can download it. Yeah, and then read it before I deliver the materials. And this is important. So you already know about the material that I will deliver. Yeah, and then we can make a discussion. Yeah, this is the Zoom meeting for the meeting 1 to meeting 2 in the evening. Yeah, so please click this Zoom link and join the class. Then I will deliver the material, and there will be an exercise, yeah, for tomorrow. Yeah, don't forget to do the exercise. Yeah, and then meeting 2, data introduction. Yeah, okay. I will also remind you that you should click attendance. Yeah, and marking your attendance. Yeah, here. Yeah, so for example, click this one. H is attend, T is not attend or absent. Yeah, okay, please click this one. Okay, click like this and then save attendance. Okay, 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 another okay, if your name is not in here in the attendance list, yeah, I will proceed that. But okay, later on, if I will make it manual first, and then I will mark the attendance list for you if the system is not ready yet. Yeah, okay, so don't worry. Yeah, and then so please always click the link Zoom every time you join the class, and then don't forget to mark your attendance list. Yeah, attendance. Yeah, and then choose your name. Okay, and then meeting 2 is data introduction, attendance 2. Stata introduction, this is the material for the Stata introduction. And then meeting 3 is multiple regression with OLS. Yeah, and then there is an exercise 2. And then meeting 4, there is a Stata application to OLS. Yeah, and then meeting 5 is quantile regression by Pak Sigit Wibowo, guest lecture. Will be very beneficial for you. So please come and join, yeah, the Q&A session. And then meeting 6 is data application, yeah, to quantile regression. So we the pattern is like that. Yeah, always after theory will follow by practices, yeah, will follow by the data application. So always like that, yeah. And then meeting 2, we have instrumental variable or IV. This is also very interesting topic, yeah. And then you should do the exercise 3. This is the material. This is the Zoom link. And meeting 8, we have the data application for IV, yeah. And then meeting 9, you have probit or logit, yeah. How you could use this kind of methods, yeah. If you choose to do the analysis using probit or logit, this topic will be very interesting for you. And then we'll follow by the stata application to probit or logit. Yeah, meeting 11 is PSM, propensity score matching. Yeah, and followed by stata application to propensity score matching. And meeting 13, the lucky number is different, indifferent. Yeah, difference, indifference, and then followed by exercise 5. Yeah, then followed by stata application to DID. And the last but not least, yeah, the panel data. We talk about the data of banking, yeah, in subnational data in Indonesia by Dr. Ahmad Akbar Susamto. This is also very interesting. So please don't miss everything, yeah. And the last is meeting 6, stata application to panel data, yeah. And we will evaluate the exercise from student. Yeah, we will make will marking your homework or your exercise, and from the result, yeah, we will award you the best student or the best participants in this course, introduction to microeconometrics and its application. And also we have other best participants from other class, like from natural resource and also from Islamic banking. So please be active and become a best student. And the best participant will be announced in the closing ceremony, yeah, on 5th of August, yeah. Okay, is there any question for the contract study or a schedule? So, okay, I will give you the rule of and regulation for this class. Yeah, okay, thank you. Student, please join, yeah, 5 minutes before the class is start. Yeah, so hopefully you didn't miss, yeah, any material that delivered by the instructor or the lecturer. Yeah, okay. And after the explanation by the instructor or the lecturer, there will be a Q&A session, and please be active also in that session. And the last, yeah, the student must, yeah, be active to work on the exercise, yeah, and also in the tutorial. Please ask a lot of questions to Mas Wahyu, yeah, Brother Wahyu, because he is here for you, yeah, to answer many questions about stata installation, about how to make a do file, for example, yeah. We will explain about that, yeah. And then if there is a problem regarding the your do file of, or you didn't understand about the instruction, for example. Oh yeah, we have Pak Romi, yeah, here around me. Hello, Pak Romi. Assalamualaikum. Yeah, Pak Romi here is our course leader. Welcome, Pak Romi. Pak Romi also will answer, yeah, some question if you have any difficulties, yeah, and join this course. Okay, Pak Romi, ya. So, Mas Wahyu, if there are any issues that you want to raise, you can speak now, or you can give some instruction maybe, or some information. Okay, now proceed to if there is any problem or question, so we'll proceed to the stata installation, yeah, by Brother Wahyu, yeah. The time is yours, brother.
Oke, thank you, Bu Titis. Ini ada orang Indonesia nggak sih, Bu? Orang Indo semua ya?
Iya.
Ya, karena Stata agak panjang instalasinya. Jadi teman-teman bisa install di ini Google Drive yang udah saya share, itu Google Drive pribadi, jadi aman, tidak ada scam dan segala macam, dan tidak bervirus. Itu untuk Stata yang OS-nya dia pakai Windows. Lalu untuk OS yang pakai Mac, pakai Apple, mungkin nanti bisa PC saya di grup. Nanti akan saya share untuk Stata yang 14 yang memang kompatibel dengan OS Mac seperti itu. Lalu nanti apabila misal ada kesulitan dalam penginstalan Stata, boleh ditanyakan kepada saya langsung aja, Bu ya. Boleh ditanyakan langsung kepada saya via chat di WhatsApp. Nanti akan saya bantu instalasinya. Seperti itu aja. Untuk seperti itu aja, Bu. Mungkin ini Bu Titis. Ini ada beberapa peserta yang nanyakan ke saya, ada yang belum di-enroll ke My Class untuk ITYIELds ya. Baru 2 orang yang di-enroll ya. Bina Sarana Informatika.
Sementara masih itu, Bu. Masalah enrollment. Kalau untuk yang masalah Stata, nanti mungkin bisa langsung ditanyakan kepada saya via chat ya, kalau ada permasalahan tentang instalasi Stata. Dan tolong dipastikan sebelum mulai praktik, karena besok ada praktik Statanya, bisa diinstal dulu. Jadi sebelum praktik itu sudah selesai installer semua. Atau sekarang mungkin bisa dicoba untuk diinstal. Jika ingin menginstal,
Okay, Mas Wahyu. Before we end up the session, is there any difficulties or problem? Okay, thank you very much, Mas Wahyu, for the assistance and information. Yeah, if there is no question anymore, yeah, we can end up this class. Is it okay? Yeah. Okay, let's check. Is there any question in chat box? Okay, I think there's no question. Okay, maybe on 26th of July, our session will start with introduction for each participant, yeah. If you don't mind, yeah, inshallah, we will meet again on 26th, and then please just prepare your short introduction so we can know each other, yeah, before we have a course together. I hope we have a warm bonding among us. So just be prepared yourself for short introduction. Thank you very much. And then thank you for your coming and contribution. Yeah. In the Q&A of Dr. Sleimi session, I'm very appreciate, and hopefully we can see to each other, yeah, for 26th of July. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.